William Samoei Ruto. Tumkaribisheni kwa makofi.
How are you?
Very good.
Habari yako?
Karibu sana.
Hello. How are you?
Karibu sana.
Very good. Asante. Good evening, good people.
Karibu sana mheshimiwa.
Asante sana.
And indeed, tonight our hashtag is Uliza Ruto KTN. And it is important to mention at this point that this is the first of 3 other presidential town halls in the pipeline. We will have Uliza Wajakoya KTN, Uliza Raila KTN, now Uliza Wahiga KTN. Indeed, KTN News has got you covered this election season the way only we can.
Naam, karibu sana mheshimiwa. Shukrani sana kwa kututengea muda wako. Kumbuka leo ni siku ya Kiswahili. Tunasubiri manifesto ya Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo kuwa radhi kutumia lugha yoyote ambayo unaridhia, Kiswahili au Kiingereza, kwa sababu tutauliza maswali yote kwa lugha zote mbili. Asante sana kwa kuwa nasi hii leo.
Asante sana na nashukuru pia kwa ninyi kunipatia nafasi.
Naam.
Niweze kuzungumza na hawa ndugu wa Kenya na wale wengine ambao hawako hapa.
Naam, bila shaka tuna wadau kutoka sekta mbalimbali watakuwa hili ni jukwaa lao kuuliza maswali, na swali ambalo limejitokeza pakubwa kupitia utafiti ambao tumeufanya, kura ya maoni ambayo tumefanya, zaidi ya 50% ya Wakenya kinachowatatiza sasa hivi ni gharama ya maisha. Wanasema atakayechaguliwa kuwa rais ni lazima ashughulikie gharama ya maisha. Haswa tumesikia katika kampeni zako ukizungumza kuhusu bei ya unga. Sijui kama ni chambo cha kisiasa, kwa sababu kila wakati wa siasa tunasikia wengi wakisema ni mimi nitapunguza gharama ya maisha. Iwapo sio chambo cha kisiasa, wewe je, utashughulikia vipi swala hili? Na kuambatanisha na swali ambalo naliuliza sasa hivi, naomba nimwalike Eustace Kiarie ambaye ni afisa mkuu mtendaji wa Kenya Organic Agriculture Network KOAN, ambaye anauliza swali kuhusiana na matumizi ya dawa za kunyunyizia mashamba katika kilimo.
Asante. Thank you, Your Excellency. The Kenya Kwanza Manifesto identifies agriculture as an important vehicle for future development, and it emphasizes on increasing productivity through access to seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, most of which are imported. How will you ensure food security using production systems that reduce dependency on imports of agricultural produce? And related to this is the whole issue of pesticide use. We have several studies have been undertaken, and they have found we have a lot of pesticide residues in the food that we eat. And some of those pesticides have been banned in other countries. They have been banned in the countries of origin. How will you protect Kenyans to ensure that whatever food we'll be eating will be safe? Thank you.
Thank you very much. The subject of cost of living is not even about the people who are talking about. It's a reality we live with every day. I was, for example, in Kenya, and one person stood up and said, that was on a day before yesterday, and he said, Mheshimiwa, the cost of unga has now exceeded the cost of the sufuria we are using to cook. You know, so it's real. And if we go back, why we have, as Kenya Kwanza, identified agriculture as the place where we can not only reduce the cost of living, but we can also increase incomes, and we can also facilitate agro-processing, value addition, and the whole value chain of manufacturing, is because agriculture has very quick returns. In fact, if we were to deal with matters to do with inputs, either animal feed, a cow that produces 2 kilos today, if that cow has access to food in 1 month, it can double the production. So agriculture has the highest or the quickest return on any investment. That's number one. And that's why we went for agriculture. This is an economy that requires quick action. Agriculture gives us that, number one. Number two, agriculture has the highest multiplier effect on all the other sectors, on job creation, on agro-processing, on every other step, including even the amount of jobs you can create in that sector. So that is why we chose agriculture as the place to begin with. And number three is because agriculture, Kenya is the most competitive, agriculture is the most competitive sector in our country. So it is the place where we have a competitive advantage. So investing in agriculture, you don't have to look for farmers, they're already there. You don't have to look for the land, it's already there. You don't have to look for the animals. We already have the third largest herd in the continent of Africa. So why we think that is the place to begin is because of quick returns. And let me say this. If you go back to the Big Four, for example, agriculture was a major component of the Big Four, and it was our idea then. Unfortunately, we lost the opportunity to implement the Big Four for reasons